Electric cars have been widely promoted as a more environmentally friendly alternative to traditional internal combustion engine vehicles, but whether they are truly better for the environment involves a nuanced evaluation. On the surface, the promise of zero tailpipe emissions and reduced greenhouse gases makes electric vehicles, EVs, appear to be a significant leap forward in reducing pollution and combating climate change. However, assessing their environmental impact requires a closer look at various factors, including the sources of electricity used to charge them, the production and disposal of their batteries, and the overall life cycle of the vehicle. By examining these aspects, we can gain a clearer understanding of the real environmental benefits of electric cars and their role in creating a more sustainable future. Certainly, here's a detailed exploration of whether electric cars are really better for the environment, broken down into paragraphs for clarity. Number 7. Reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. Electric cars, EVs, are regularly praised for their ability to reduce emissions of greenhouse gases, GHG, which is a crucial component in the battle against and mitigation of climate change. EVs produce less greenhouse gas emissions than conventional automobiles. As opposed to vehicles that are powered by internal combustion engines, ICE electric vehicles do not produce any emissions from their tailpipes. As a consequence, the quantity of pollution that is present in the air around them is significantly reduced. In heavily crowded urban regions where emissions from vehicles contribute to smog, respiratory ailments, and other health concerns, it is especially beneficial to have this option. When it comes to certain particular areas, this reduction is extremely advantageous. When compared to vehicles powered by internal combustion engines, ICE electric vehicles often generate a quantity of greenhouse gases, GHG, that is lower over the course of their lifetime. The manufacturing of electric vehicles, particularly their batteries, can be more carbon-intensive than the construction of conventional vehicles. Nevertheless, the overall emissions that are produced by driving an electric vehicle are lower. One instance in which this is especially true is when the car is charged with power that originates from renewable sources. Driving an electric car results in a reduction in the overall output of emissions. Number 6. Electricity source and grid emissions. The environmental benefits of EVs are closely linked to how electricity is generated. In regions where the electricity grid relies heavily on fossil fuels, such as coal or natural gas, the reduction in emissions from driving an EV might be less significant. The emissions associated with charging an EV can offset some of the benefits of driving a zero-emission vehicle. Conversely, as the electricity grid becomes greener with an increasing share of renewable energy sources like wind, solar, and hydro, the environmental advantages of EVs become more pronounced. The overall reduction in GHG emissions improves as cleaner energy sources are utilized for charging EVs. Number 5. Energy efficiency. The energy efficiency of electric vehicles is superior to that of its counterparts that are powered by internal combustion engines, ICE. Electric vehicles are able to convert a greater proportion of the energy that is stored in their batteries into power that can be used for driving, in contrast to conventional gasoline engines, which allow a significant amount of their energy to be lost as heat. When compared to vehicles powered by internal combustion engines, ICE electric vehicles have a higher efficiency, which means that they require less energy to travel the same distance. Regenerative braking systems are able to recover and store energy that would otherwise be lost from the vehicle as it is braking. These systems are installed in a considerable number of electric vehicles. In addition, a significant number of electric vehicles are equipped with these systems. This technology not only contributes further to the environmental benefits of electric vehicles, but it also improves the total energy efficiency of electric vehicles, which is a significant benefit. Number 4. Production and battery impact. The construction of electric vehicles, and more specifically the batteries that power them, leads to higher initial emissions when compared to vehicles powered by internal combustion engines, ICE. The extraction and processing of raw materials like lithium, cobalt, and nickel, which are required for the production of batteries for electric vehicles, has the potential to have significant negative effects on the environment as well as on society. As a result of the mining of these resources, it is probable that habitats may be destroyed, pollution will occur, and other environmental issues would arise. On the other hand, these problems are being addressed by breakthroughs in battery technology as well as improvements in the recycling process. Through the use of more advanced recycling procedures, the environmental impact of battery manufacturing and disposal can be lessened. Additionally, ongoing research is being conducted with the goal of making the production of batteries more ecologically friendly. Number 3. Resource use and land impact. When it comes to the creation and utilization of electric vehicles, there are a number of factors that need to be taken into consideration, including the exploitation of resources and the influence on land. Renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power, for instance, are examples of sources that require a significant area of land in order to be implemented. Despite the fact that this land use must be managed in a responsible manner, it is generally considered to have a lower impact on the environment when compared to the environmental benefits that result from reducing emissions of greenhouse gases. This is because the former is deemed to be more environmentally friendly. Both the usage of land in a more efficient manner and the inclusion of renewable energy sources in a manner that brings about a reduction in the impact that they have on the environment are the subjects of the initiatives that are now being considered. The large reduction in emissions that may be achieved through the deployment of electric cars helps to counteract the overall impact of the consumption of resources and the need for land. Number 2, end-of-life considerations. Because it is vital that electric vehicles be disposed of or recycled in an appropriate manner as soon as they have reached the end of their life cycle, it is imperative that they be disposed of. To decrease the impact that electric vehicles have on the environment, it is possible to implement recycling systems that are both effective and efficient for batteries and other components. This would be a step in the right direction. Used batteries can be recycled in order to recover valuable materials and reduce the demand for new raw materials. Recycling also allows for the recovery of materials that are already in use. Furthermore, as a consequence of this, the environmental impact associated with the production of electric vehicles is reduced. In addition, old batteries from electric vehicles can be recovered and put to use in energy storage solutions and other uses that are considered to be second life applications. Both the lifespan of the battery and the incorporation of renewable energy sources can be affected by these solutions, which can help expedite their incorporation. Number 1. Broader environmental benefits. In addition to the obvious benefits that they provide to the environment, electric vehicles also assist in the achievement of goals that are more comprehensive in nature regarding the environment. The use of electric vehicles, for example, helps to lessen the amount of noise pollution that is generated, which can lead to an improvement in the quality of life in metropolitan areas. There is a correlation between streets with lower levels of noise and lower levels of stress, and it has been discovered that streets with lower levels of noise produce a more pleasant ambient ambience in urban settings. In addition, the growing popularity of electric vehicles is driving up the demand for energy sources that are less harmful to the environment, as well as demand for advancements in information and energy technologies. Utility corporations and government organizations are coming under increasing pressure to participate in environmentally responsible energy solutions, which will further advance the cause of environmental sustainability. This push is being driven by the shift in consumer preference toward electric vehicles, EVs, which is the primary force behind this desire. Conclusion. Electric vehicles offer significant environmental advantages compared to traditional internal combustion engine vehicles, particularly in terms of reducing tailpipe emissions and improving energy efficiency. However, their overall environmental impact is influenced by factors such as the source of electricity used for charging, the lifecycle impact of battery production, and the effectiveness of recycling processes. As the energy grid becomes greener and battery technologies improve, the benefits of EVs are expected to become even more pronounced. While not without challenges, electric vehicles represent a crucial step toward reducing the environmental impact of transportation and moving towards a more sustainable future. Would you like it? Hit the like button and subscribe to our channels for more interesting and informative videos.